Okay, let's come together. Attention, Charlie. Kyung-yi. Good. Chumbi. So we're loosened off nicely. Let's make a point of doing this in future. So now that this account is a fixed account, we're not going to be so restricted with time. I'm not going to be caught halfway through a sentence, much to Craig's disgust, but I think it'll give me a chance to also go over anything a bit later on for the senior grades as well. So, but with that thought in mind, we want to be in a position where we're getting as much information as we can and practicing as much as we can. So get yourselves warmed up beforehand. I'm going to create these meetings, and 15 minutes beforehand they will be available to sign into. Neil, in fact, today came in 15 minutes earlier and was just warming up and going through his stuff in the background, which was great. So you'll all be able to drop on 15 minutes beforehand, loosen up while I'm finishing off with the previous class. Okay, Chumbi, step back, right leg garden block, go. Alright, so just on the spot, front knee raiser, back down, garden block, go. Hana. Two, in your own time, keep going. Change legs when you've done 10, other leg. And change legs, you're going to double them up now. 2 knee raises. 1, 2, and back. 1, 2, and back. Do 10 of those. Somebody's trying to get on again. You know both sides of the doubles, and you're going to go from a knee raise to a front leg raise. Front knee raise, front leg raise. 10 each leg. Nice and steady while you loosen yourselves up. Both sides. When you've done both sides of the knee and leg raise, just into a box split so I know you're finished. Good. Legs out. Walk to your left hand, to your left leg. Change, other side. Back to the centre. Part of these assessments will include a physical section. So where in a grading we may not have too much of a physical assessment in terms of checking your technical exercises, press up, sit up, squat, thrust. In these assessments we are going to introduce those. So it'll be an opportunity just to make sure you're getting your press ups right, your sit ups right, and your squat thrust, whatever it is we do. But there will be a variety of different exercises that you will do for these assessments. It's not so much about how strong or how fit you are in terms of doing them, it's just how disciplined you are in doing good form, good technique. Bring your legs in, shake your legs off. Good. Chumbi. So, one of the big things with this assessment will be your ability to know how to step forwards on the spot and how to step backwards on the spot. It's been tricky for a lot of people, I understand, and it is tricky to do. So, let me just go over briefly how we establish forward stepping and backward stepping. So, when we step forwards, as long as the action hand lands with the landing foot being the front foot, that means we're then stepping forwards. Step back, and then I'm landing and I'm punching over my leading leg, which is the one that's landing, so that's a forward step. If I now change to a backward step, it means I step backwards, and as I punch, my back foot is landing. Okay? So that's backward stepping. Yeah? So that is going to also be part of your assessment. So let's have a little practice with that. We're doing some line work. Chumbi. Stepping forwards. Everybody step forwards. Rising block. My time. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. Stepping forwards, palm inwards block. Hana. And let's do this in elf stance. Do. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel. Callum, just go slightly to your left for me so I can keep an eye on your brother. Ilgo. That's it, good. Yado. Aho. Yao. Circular block. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Dassel. Yassel. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. Hana. Step back and then forwards, Joe. Dul. So you're going to move both feet. Set. Step back so your feet are side by side and then forwards. That's it. Good lad. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Put some snap in that, Emily. Yado. Aho. Yo. So we talked a little bit about this the other week. Don't let this hand go too far wide, okay? Keep it a little bit more side front rather than out to the 45 degrees. Chumbi. Okay. When we're going to doing this on the way forwards, as I said, it's about us making sure we land, and the front leg is the key leg that's landing with the technique. So whatever it is you're doing, you land with that front leg. Okay, now we're going to go backwards. Let's do twin forearm block, stepping backwards. Chumbi in elf stance. Hana. Tul. So you step forwards and then step back as you land. That's it, as you block. Set. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. And now we're going to change, stepping backwards, low X fist pressing block. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. Emily, get those hands nice and up by your armpits. Daso. To then drop down. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. So let's just briefly come to the camera so you can get a better close-up of what I'm going to demonstrate. I just want to show you what you're going to do with this X-Fist. So a lot of you, when you're bringing your hands up, you're bringing your hands up and then dropping them down and bringing them together at the bottom. Okay? You get a bit closer so you can see the upper body handwork. So from here, you're coming here, down, and bringing them in at the bottom. The problem with that is the point that you defend is this point here. Okay? So you've got to rely on your technique having perfect timing. So what I suggest you do is think about it as being an X-fist pressing in that order. So you come up to your armpits here, you X-fist press. Okay? So it's up X-fist press. Not do the X-fist at the bottom. Okay? Because you're not really pressing anything. You want to drive that directly downwards. So bring your hands in, X at the top, and then drop down. So this position here, and then here. So they're coming into the armpits here, over, and then dropping down. Let's have a few goes at that. So left, we'll go forwards again. X-fist pressing block. That's in the clues in the name. X-fist pressing block. Forwards. Hana. two, set, net, tasso, yasso, ilgo, yado, aho, yao, hana, two. Still want to get that hip twist in there. Set. Up here. And you twist as you come round and down. Net. Tasso. Good. Let's change to a rising, X fist rising block. Hana. Forwards again. Two. Set. Net. Tasso. Yasso. Callum rising. Jack rising. Ilgo. That's it. Yado. Aho. Yo. Just relax. And come forward again so you can see me a little bit better, because I'm just going to go through this. It's a similar thing with this. So where we had the X fist pressing coming up, crossing at the top and then pressing down, the reverse is opposite. It's exactly the opposite we're doing here. So for X fist rising, we're not coming up and bringing the hands together. Okay, we don't want to be bringing the hands together. You see, a lot of people, when they do this, they step forwards, and they'll step forwards, and they come in at this angle. The problem with that is that there's only just one point where that crosses. Okay, you've got to really have the timing right for that. So what I'm going to suggest you do is from the hips, bring them close together, center of the chest. X the forearms as you rise. Now there's a plane of motion here from the solar plexus to the top of your forehead that you are going to be able to defend something. Okay, this technique isn't just for defending something coming down at you. Okay, this could be a punch. Okay, so if you're coming across and you're deflecting this up, you'll be able to pick that punch out, whether it's a solar plex, chest, chin, nose, cheek. Okay, anywhere up there you're going to block. If you rely on coming in here, there's only one place you're going to stop it. So bring it together and rise it up. Let's have a few goes at that. Forwards left leg. X fist rising block. Hana. Two. Set. Net. Tasso. Yasso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. That's it, Sandra. Good. Tasso. Let those hands cross a little bit more, Sandra. Ilgo. Emily, that's good. That's it, Sandra. Good. Yado. Let the X go up nice and high so you can see underneath it. So it wants to be coming together. Try not, let me do it from the side. Try not to do the X out here this way. You don't want to be lifting the arms up and backwards this way. Okay? You don't want this to happen. Okay? Because all that's going to happen is as the hands engage in the attacking tool, they'll be encouraged to collapse into you. So you've got to bring the X quite close to you, okay? So that you're actually pushing You're extending the elbow upwards and away from yourself. Okay, it's this action here, not this action here. Okay, hopefully you can see the difference, this action and an action that's going straight up and outwards. So, let's have a few more. Forwards. Hana. Tul. Sit, Jake, good. Set. Net. Dalso. So you can bring the hips into this quite late if you like. Yalso. So that there's a bit of a punch in the hips as the hands are going up. Ilgo. Treat it like a rising block. And you can punch it at the point your hands cross in the center. You can then drive the hips into that and drive them up. Yalsot. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. Good. 7 forwards. Arcan strike now. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yo. Hana. Tul. Set. Get those fingers quite wide. Just come into the camera again. I'll try and do this against my suit so you can see the difference in the hand. Okay, so try not to be encouraged to curl your thumbs and your fingers in. Can you see how I'm curling the thumbs and fingers in a bit? Let me come a bit closer. Okay, so don't be encouraged to curl them in. Okay, you want to keep them as wide as you can. Keep them open as wide as you can. A slight curl in the fingers if you want to create the knife hand position, that's fine. But you're looking to get right into this web here, what I call the web of the thumb and finger. That's the attacking tool, that foreknuckle and the thumb knuckle, mid knuckle, they're the 2 points. And that's got to be opened up quite wide because you're attacking a soft tissue area here with the throat. Okay? If you have the thumbs and the fingers curled in, if you practice sort of replicating a grab, you run the risk of, when you do it, you catch your finger and thumb. So keep it open. Keep the hands wide open when you do that. Let's have a go. If any of you get any questions, because I've got you muted, I won't be able to hear anything, but just come up to the camera and pull a funny face, or whatever you need to do to get me attention, so I can then unmute you and listen to the question. So let's try it. Forwards, right leg forwards, arc hand strike. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. Tasso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Very nice, Liam. Yo. Get into the habit of keeping your hand out there. Let me do it from the side point of view. So when you step back to step forwards again, keep that hand there so it becomes an opposite reaction hand. Okay? Keep it there. Keep it there. Okay, there's a few of you coming in and dropping it. Okay, keep it there. Keep it out. Hana. Tul. Set. Taylor, keep your hand there all the time until you're about to strike. Net. Now hold it out, bring your foot up, keep your hand out. That's it. And keep your hand out. Daso. Keep the hand out, Taylor. Yaso. Keep the hand out before you strike. Same with you, Liam. So I want you to hold your hands out as you step back. Yado. Hold the hands out and then forwards. Perfect. Excellent. Hana. Hold them out. Perfect. Good. Tul. Set. You better watch it, Callum. He's really cracking them out above your head. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. Dasot. Yasot. Ilgo. Yado. Ao. Yao. Okay, so think about how you're going to be executing the hips. Okay, so let's get into this position. Left hand forward. All right, bring yourself up and just treat it the same as you do sit and stance punch. Chamber the hip. Okay, the only difference with this is the hip is going to work with the hand technique. Okay. Let me see if I can do this and show you here. So, as you step up, you're going to come forward here, and the hip is now going to work with the foot. Okay? If I was doing a strike, I would be executing the step, holding the hip back, so the hip then follows and explodes the hip through to create that speed. Don't want to do that. Okay? The hip wants to go with the strike, not in advance of the strike. So let's have a few goes at that. Running forward, ready. Hana. Let the hip work with the strike. Two. Set. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Get that hip to work with, that's it, with the step. Yado. Aho. Yao. So, Jumbi, shos, relax. So, the question has just been asked. Those of you, I don't know whether can you all see this, probably not. So the question that has been asked is, is this technique a soft tissue attack? Okay, so you've got to think to yourself, well, what am I attacking? If I attack the philtrum, okay, which is just underneath the nose, I wouldn't particularly call that a soft tissue attack, okay? But it's an effective one. And the difference with that one is that you'd want to probably accelerate that. So that would become more a strike rather than a thrust. With the arcane to the throat, that's a soft tissue strike. Okay, that could arguably be called a thrust because it's a soft tissue, same as the fingertips. Okay, the flat fingertip, the straight fingertip. So you've got to try and think, how do I execute? If I'm hitting a soft tissue target, how do my hips change? The hips will change in a way that supports the technique throughout the motion, whether it's flat fingertip, whether it's an arcane thrust, okay, or upset fingertip thrust. If you're hitting a soft tissue target, execute it as a thrust and have the hands work with the technique, okay, to support it all the way through. If you make it a strike, then it's got to accelerate, same as a punch. So the hips have then got to accelerate forward, so the arc hand would then become a strike. And it could be to the throat as well. You can do an arc hand strike to the throat as well as the philtrum. So, Jumbi. Let's go on to a flat fingertip thrust, because that's done exactly the same. Hips work with the thrust. Ready. Right leg forwards. My time. Hana. Flat fingertip thrust. Tul. Set. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yano. Aho. Yao. Hana. Tul. Set. Net. Daso. Yaso. Ilgo. Yado. Aho. Yao. And paro. And box splits. Okay. Alright, so we're going to have a period here where we may have a few people joining in for the 7:30, so just have a stretch off, relax, have a swig of something. I'm going to unmute you all. If any of you got anything, ask me or quiz me, now's the time to do it. Good. So ultimately, that thrusting and striking is something you need to try and make a difference with. In fact, that's going to be the homework for those of you that will be wrapping up in a minute or two. Got a couple of people just pinging me to come on. KT now joining us. Good. We're going to have a few minutes, we're just going to go through some patterns, have a few minutes for patterns for the colour belts. Those of you, if you want to then, if you've already planned on doing it until sort of past, that's fine. You can log yourselves off. However, if you want to stay on, you can stay on. We're going to go on to some advanced techniques for the black belts now, or for the high grades and black belts. So by all means stay on if you wish, more than welcome to.